What's up, non-travelers? Hi from home in Sweden. In today's video, I'll be updating you on lots related to my travel, but I also have a message for all grounded, frequent flyers out there, but also my thoughts on the aviation industry in general right now because I'm really freaking mad at some airlines, and I'll share my experience flying home after canceling my travels back to Europe, and why that experience was quite shocking as well. I'll also be sharing something that will be coming to my channel in the coming weeks to help you guys find a new passion to get you through the boredom of quarantine and social distancing. First of all though, am I the only one who's been obsessively eating out of boredom the last few weeks? I'm a food lover to begin with, but social distancing has really taken this to the next level. I've been fermenting my own kimchi. I made like a huge batch of pizza dough, homemade, so I just left some of it in the freezer and of course enjoyed some of it fresh. And lastly, I've been obsessed, let me just get it, with this thing. I need to show you this chocolate from Lidl. Now I know Lidl might not be fancy, but this dark chocolate pistachio flavor, I could easily go through one of these in a day. So next time you're doing your groceries and you happen to pass by Lidl, thank me later. Anyway, so into the video. I was supposed to be traveling for 2 more months at this point, but obviously that got cut short. It was a whole crazy process, and I recorded the whole story of that with Oscar on our channel, Oscar and Dan, so I'll link that video if you want to hear the full story in a card, and I'll also link it at the top of the description so you can check that out and hear the full thing. Now obviously this is an uncertain time for us all, and I think in some ways it's especially scary for people who are used to traveling and flying all the time. I feel like this is a really important time for all of us frequent travelers to come together and support each other as a community, because many of us are nomads. We live for excitement and new experiences and new destinations all the time. We just get fueled by that. Oh my god, an ad came up on my own video. And I know it can be terrifying not knowing when we'll be able to travel again. Now, I've been grounded for 2 weeks, which is completely fine, but the thought of being grounded for months on end, I know this is the ultimate first world problem, but the thing about problems is they're all relative, so we just gotta respect them. And honestly, I know many people, including myself, who use travel as a tool to run from their problems. Ooh, I'm starting to feel issues bubbling up. Well, let me just hop on a plane and forget about them. They say you can't run from your problems, and to me that's true to some extent. Like, I'll go to a place, I'll be there for a few weeks, and then suddenly I start feeling my problems are catching up with me, so then I just hop on a plane and go to the next place. And obviously this is a really problematic way of dealing with things, but it's just a very convenient way to do it. And I know many of you feel the same. You're quite worried about not being able to travel for a long time, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you. The entire Nonstop Dan community is here for you. And whether you're running from your family or your friends or your mean boss or just personal issues, it's hard not having anywhere to run right now. Just look at me. I have been home for more than 2 weeks and I just uploaded one video the day after I got home. So clearly there's also, we all have some stuff that we need to sort out, but whatever it is causing my productivity to go down the drain as well. So I'm really glad at this time that we have our community around my channel, and I've been thinking about ways to strengthen it and bring us together. So one thing I'm going to be doing just to get to know some of you guys a bit more one-on-one, this is one of many things that I'm going to mention in the video, on Sunday, so that's in 2 days, I'm going to be hosting some one-on-one chat sessions via a platform called Chatalize. So I'll link that in the description as well. I can't wait to talk to some of you. Now there is a small fee, but that's just to ensure that people don't ghost me, because when I tried this in the fall last year, you'd be surprised how many people, when I did this for free, how many people just didn't show up to the times they booked. And I was like, hello, I'm sitting here waiting for you. Where are you? So as I said, I also want you guys to get to know each other a bit more and have a community that can support each other in good times and bad times. And I think the first step for that is a community name. So I have some ideas for a community name that I'm going to put in a card as well, so you can vote for which one you prefer. Currently, I'm loving the Nonstop Nation. I think that would be so awesome. Like, what's up, Nonstop Nation? But if you have any other ideas, you're welcome to leave them in the comments below and I'll read them and we'll think of something good. So you guys decide, what do you want to be called? Let me know. I've also been having so much fun with you guys on Instagram over the past week, doing polls, everything from which airline is better between these two, and you guys have been interacting. I also did a meme contest on April Fools, which was so much fun. So I'm going to be doing more of that in the coming week or weeks, and I can't wait to do it to keep our spirits high. Now, regarding my channel, in the coming 10 weeks, I'm going to be uploading 1 review per week. This is my commitment. Now, why 10 weeks? Because that's how many reviews I have left. Now, all of these reviews weren't necessarily supposed to be published just because some of them didn't turn out quite as well as I wanted to, but this is literally all the footage I have from reviews throughout the spring and late last year, so I'm gonna polish them, make them as nice as possible. But what's even more exciting is that I'm also going to be publishing an additional video per week teaching you guys how you can travel in luxury just like me on a regular income wherever you live. We'll cover a huge variety of different airlines and experiences, so hopefully you guys can come away from this period of not traveling with a much better understanding of how to optimize your travel going forward. So now on to my crazy thoughts about the airline industry and things that have just been pissing me off. Now, let's start with the big 3 US carriers, Delta, United, and American. They do some things completely fine. You guys know I'm not their biggest fans, but what they've been doing the past few weeks has been annoying me. To understand why I feel this way and for a little bit of background, there's an excellent video by Business Insider that I'll link in the description as well. It explains the whole stock buyback thing in a really simple way. But basically what the US airlines have been doing in the past decade is buying back their stock to increase the value of the stock and reward shareholders. The total value of this in the past decade has been around $33 billion. Now, how much do you think it would cost for all these 3 huge airlines to pay all their employees full salary for a year combined? $36 billion. So pretty much all they've spent on stock buybacks could have gone toward paying employees. Now, obviously, I'm oversimplifying. I'm no airline finance expert, but can someone explain to me how these huge multi-billion-dollar companies are allowed to buy back so much stock, keep almost no emergency fund, and then the week when things get tough, they just run along to the government begging for help so they don't collapse? So you mean to tell me that hardworking people with minimum wage are supposed to have months of savings to get them through tough times, but these multi-billion-dollar corporations are completely exempt from that? Are they really that fragile? I need to stop talking about this because it's pissing me off. I'm glad that their employees have some temporary job security, but I just think that in what world is it acceptable for these huge companies to just have no savings, and then as soon as things get tough, instead of being able to cover their own employees when they've been making such huge profits, they just run along to daddy in the White House begging for help? Secondly, I'm also pissed at airlines for refusing to give passengers refunds, namely Swiss and United right now, among many others. Sure, airlines need all the money they can get right now. This is the biggest crisis that's ever faced the industry. But guess what? The people booking basic, non-refundable economy class tickets need that money even more in their bank accounts right now. So airlines, give people back their money. What is wrong with you? This brings me to the second positive thing I wanted to share in this video, which is flying home, my experience going from Bali back to Sweden. When was it? March 16th was when I left Bali. Things were getting crazy pretty quick over here in Europe, so with 3 days notice, we decided to go home. I had a feeling this would be my last flight in quite a while, so I decided let's go out with a bang, and I booked Lufthansa first class via Bangkok and Frankfurt to get home to Gothenburg, Sweden. I'll be sharing videos from all my flights home, but suffice to say, the ground experience in Frankfurt versus in Bangkok, the difference was extreme. When we landed in Bangkok, there were mandatory health checks for all passengers, and you had to get this little green sticker on your boarding pass to even be allowed to board your flight. Not to mention that on board the Thai Airways flight, every passenger had to sanitize their hands. The crew walked around with hand sanitizer, and it was mandatory for everyone to do it when they got on board. Meanwhile, when we landed in Frankfurt, not thing. Not a single check anywhere, not a temperature check. Same thing goes when we landed in Gothenburg, Sweden. There was nothing whatsoever. And to me, that's just shocking. I really, really recommend, if you're interested in how other countries are handling this, reading a guest post on 1 Mile at a Time. I'm gonna link it in the description as well. There are so many links in the description of this video. Basically, the post explains what it's like landing in China right now. Let me just say, very different, and it paints quite a grim picture of our future given how we're handling things here in comparison. So I just want to encourage you all to social distance as much as possible and just stay safe. For me, when I usually come home to Sweden, I just stay inside anyway. I'm an ambivert, nearing on being an introvert, so to me, being inside isn't really an issue. When I come home to Sweden, I literally stay in the house for a few weeks before I even go out and meet people and do anything usually. So this isn't really different, but I understand for a lot of you, this is a very tough thing. And that's once again why I want to try to bring us together as a community more to support each other through this time. Also, Swedes are pros at social distancing since day one, so I think this comes very naturally to us. Okay, last but not least, long video, I know. I have some really exciting information about my channel, because since I've been traveling so nonstop, I haven't even had the chance to sit down and say my channel has just passed 10 years of age. I mean, so much has changed in that time. I was 12 when I started my channel. Now I'm 22. Some of you have been with me almost since the start. Obviously, things have changed a lot since then, but I just want to thank you all for the support. And really, YouTube has been my world since I was 12, and the support just means everything to me. So I've been thinking about ways to celebrate, and I have some exciting giveaways coming up in my next few videos. But another exciting thing that I've been working on is my new merch. And I figured with summer coming up, whether or not social gatherings will be happening in the summer, what better than to make some pride merch for my brothers and sisters in the LGBT community, but also for all our allies. So everything isn't completed yet, but now I'm wearing one of the designs. This one is definitely more on the subtle side. Let me show you here. It's so freaking cool. So we have a bit of a subtle anagram with capitalized letters, little subtle suitcase over there. But I really love this design. There's going to be 3 different designs. One of them also is this, which I only have as a sticker right now. This, you just take it off from here, but I just love this so much. I'm not quite sure what to put it on. So if you guys have any ideas for, like, if you'd like to see this on t-shirts or a bag or whatever, let me know in the comments and I'll do it. I'm hoping to launch this during the first week of May. So we have about a month to go to brainstorm ideas. But I think that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for sticking with me so long, you guys. My next video will be a review, and it will be coming soon now that I've committed to 2 videos a week. It feels good, guys. I'll see you all in the next video. And once again, instead of saying fly safe, since none of us should be flying right now, until I see you all next time, stay safe.